Hello everybody, I am Moldy, and this is Nier Replicant once again. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to do, but I do remember in the last episode we brought democracy to a desert nation, and now we're off to go do something else. Likely off to go hunting for some more sealed verses. That's usually the direction this game takes, and I'm gonna get my mouse cursor off the screen. I know you can't see it because I got it set to not record the mouse cursor, but I can see it, and it was bothering me. Now then, all I gotta do is follow that red X. Oh, looky here, we got wolves. Again, I question wolves being in the desert rather than a nice wooded area. But is it completely unheard of?
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh,
Those rules are important to the masked people.
you don't say.
I do. And I think it's important we respect that.
Yeah, respect their culture.
The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Yep.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
What, you're like 12?
Hey, less talking, more walking.
Yeah, that's a fair point you make. Anyway, like I was saying before I was interrupted, is it completely unheard of to have wolves prowling the desert? I'm not entirely certain. I don't get out very often, so I wouldn't know, but I'm sure somebody in the world knows. Though I doubt anyone with that sort of knowledge actually watches me make a fool of myself. And there's a fucking gnat buzzing around, getting in my face, and it's really annoying.
What manner of place is this?
Looks like a graveyard.
I think it's a graveyard.
My thoughts exactly.
The headstones seem to be lacking names.
How do you know? You can't read their language, or can you?
Also, why do they shine as if they were carved from the rock just yesterday?
Desert erosion perhaps makes them shine nicely. Or maybe they're just very well kept. Either way, I ain't sure, and I don't know my way through this desert well enough to be finding my way back, because I followed the X and that just led me to a river of sand water. And I see a particularly shiny object over there. So we're gonna grab that and figure our way out of the desert, and I just noticed Kaine teleporting inches away from me. Now let's stab ourselves a wild pupper and get back on track to getting the hell out of this desert. There we go, that's a nice wolfy fang. The fang of the wolves, indeed it be. Now let's get the fuck up on out of this sandy hellhole. I got plenty of sand in me ass crack and I need no more. So off we go to a realm of less sand. And there's Kaine dropping from the heavens above. She will have to teach me how that is done, because I certainly don't know how to do it. If I had something to jump off of, but if I could just poop up into the sky and then drop down, then yeah, I'd love to be able to do that. Make me feel like a ninja, it would, to be able to teleport above and then just drop down and stab somebody in the brain. It is the simple things in life that bring me such joy. It's good to be back home. Let's go see if Yona hasn't croaked while I was away. I'm sure she'll be fine. 700 monies, and a defense drop, things that just constantly appear on my shelf as if from nowhere.
Yona,
Oh, hey.
how are you feeling?
I see you're not dead, so you must be feeling something.
Better, now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
Yeah, I might as well. I don't see any other objectives to be taken care of.
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yeah, just be careful not to cough on me. I don't want to go catching that scrawl you got.
Yeah, Yona, I'll stay.
Yay!
Now get back to bed.
Let's hope nothing catastrophic happens that forces me out of the house. Now do we just sleep the day away? I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale. He stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon, his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face expressionless, and his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can almost make it out. It starts with an S, then there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. Sealed verse. It's a sealed verse. The thing I am looking for, the key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying desperately to make out his next word. Dream. Dream? What? What the hell does that mean? The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead, I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do it for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. Forest of Myth. And it sounds like we have a destination based on a dream. The next morning. And I think I remember what's coming up. And if I remember correctly,
Just a dream.
there's gonna be a whole lot of reading going on.
Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
Maybe.
No, I had a strange dream.
Yes, I had to read something. It was a nightmare.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say.
Sounds familiar.
It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and Forest of Myth. But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything.
Well, alright.
We should play a game together sometime too.
Maybe. When I ain't real busy hunting down sealed verses to cure your diseased ass.
Sure, Yona.
Now then, let's get along to some Forest o' Myth.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
Yeah, she's probably gonna point me to the Forest o' Myth so that I can go do a shitload of reading in a thing that I believe, in my opinion anyway, to be the worst part of the game because of so much reading. God damn, if I wanted to do reading, I'd go get the manga. God damn. Now let's see what Popular has to say. So what's it this time, Popular?
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Does it happen to mention the Forest of Myth? Dearest Popola, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing in hopes of bringing to your attention a certain dream issue of concern regarding recent events in Dream, the village. I was hoping I might be Dream able to get your dream on the advice Dream on the matter. Oh, I see what he's doing. Writing, throwing the word dream in there occasionally. Recently there have been deep dream reports. Dream of certain dream, evil dream, empty dream, cursed dream, evil dream. Words dream, and dream.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth.
Of course.
It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them.
Yeah, and it leads into the part of the game that I hate the most.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, alright. Thank you.
Like I said, part of the game I hate the most, and a whole lot of reading. That is the thing that I want in my video games, having to read paragraph after paragraph. I get what they're going for there, but still, goddamn shame on you for forcing me to read. It's such a pain in the ass. There's a few parts where you can just mash your way through without having to read any of it, and then there's one part where you actually have to pay attention to what you're reading and make certain choices, otherwise you die. I am not joking about that. That is the way this coming up section goes. I really don't like having to read. And then there's these asshats with their optional side quests that I ain't going through with because fuck them. Now let's get along to the Forest of Myth so I can do some reading. Let's go! And yep, plenty of shades wandering about. Look how fast they're dying now. I really have come a long way. I can kill you even harder than I could before. Now, Forest o' Myth. Yeah, it's up there along that cliff we can see. If I remember correctly. Which I probably do, because I was right about the part that I hate coming up. I was right to remember it because I hate it so much. So here we go. Off to the Forest of Myth. Hey, look, a lizard. Get back here, lizard! Damn, lost it. Except I found it again. Get over here, lizard. Give me your tail. You don't need it where you're going. Now it's time to get all up inside that forest of mythy places. Because that's where we have to go now. And then we gotta read. Reading a lot. The thing I hate most in the world. Well, aside from politics, but that's beside the point. Things I hate most. Number one being politics, and then reading is a close second. Yep, it's a nice looking area. Very woody, very shady, very Forest o' Myth. Now then.
It sure is quiet here.
Yep.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
Yep.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Yes, I know. They're quite cheeky. I like my cheeks. Now, let's just go ahead and save again, because there is one of these sections that has the potential to kill me if I make wrong choices.
Beware. Beware the words.
Beware the words. I knew it! Reading is deadly!
Words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
You mean like the dream I had last night while I was bagging your mother? Except there was so many words there.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
My name's Krungus.
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at Krungus and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
Oh yay, here we go.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myth. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words. But there's a gnat in my face again. But before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. And here we go! The part of the game I hate the most. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching
Now
slightly.
see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes.
Said the
You
mayor.
have.
In other words,
Said
we've
Krungus.
caught the death dream?
Before the mayor could confirm Krungus's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the death dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who Krungus had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
Yep, and you notice the rest of the screen faded away. Krungus and Vice racked their brains, but could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Weiss does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator.
I do like that little bit, though.
It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looked skyward as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
And then the narrator told you to go fuck yourself for being such an arrogant ass. The anger created by his harsh words bled over to Krungus like a contagion. Wait, said Krungus suddenly. Did somebody just say contagion? Yes, I believe so. What of it? Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, or something that dreams, or oh, what the hell was it? A sheep, cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, Krungus's face suddenly lit up. I remember he said, "Those who dream." That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick sheaf of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at Krungus. "That sounds right," he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered to the ground. "My notes also mentioned something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep." The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. "For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream," he said. "I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along, but I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams." The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. "I should probably be taking notes or something." Weiss immediately fired back. "I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams," he said. "But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it." The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. "I've tried to escape. From the very first moment I realized I was locked inside my own dreams. I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it." He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. "My village was beautiful," he said, "no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. But once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all of the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free, and I won't stop trying until it happens." Krungus nodded in agreement. "Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod." "Look, if we can be of any help," said Krungus, "just ask." "Now hold on, I did not just say that." "Silence!" cried Weiss. The grimoire looked from Krungus to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Weiss's face is always confident. "Thank you very much. Now see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes?" The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. "Oh my god," he said, you're right. I had no idea you were coming." "The human imagination is a limitless engine," said Weiss, "and dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so. With your permission, we shall search it out." "Thank you," said the mayor. "I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are eager as you to be done with this place." The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. "Good luck, you two," he called at departing from the departing forms of Krungus and Weiss. "We're all counting on you." As Krungus slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. "I saw this man once before," he thought, "but where?" Krungus's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around them. A mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging Krungus to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, Krungus snapped. "Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk." Krungus leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. "How can this stupid forest be so big?" he muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. Krungus slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard, "Vice, what's going on?" Krungus could see Vice's mouth was moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and just then, as Krungus's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Zree, 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 zree. Shack, 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 shack. Tick, 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 tick. Woo, 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 woo. I'm not reading off all these noises. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, Krungus began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. This is not just white noise. It's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. One with it is lacking, 2 with it is ideal, 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? It's a riddle, and that riddle will be answered in the next episode, because I'm all out of time for this one, so thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching me. See you in the next one. Goodbye!